Well, guys, once again, good evening. Welcome back and welcome to the second part of our session. Well, as you already know, we continue working on our units, and tonight we officially begin our Unit 8. The title of the unit says Social Life. We are just around the corner to finish our cycle B1.2. I'm sure, guys, that you already remember. Well, on the first part, you were already reminded about the different aspects that we have to finish our cycle. In our case, one of the aspects is related to the speaking part. Remember that we will have it on Thursday on the second part, of course, of our class. Also, remember that, well, I'm sure that you already did, that final activity that we did on Friday before we went on Holy Week. In case that you wanted to make any adjustments, you had until 6 p.m. Tonight. I'm sure that you already did the adjustment that you wanted. Some of you, in case that didn't attend the session, you had, I hope, the chance to do it. In case that you didn't, well, you already know what the result of that is. Welcome, Jean-Claude. Hello. Well, I haven't taken attendance, but I'm going to do that in this precise moment so we can officially start our Unit 8. Let me see. Okay. Gerson Arismendi.
Hi, teacher.
Hello. Keiner Damian Baez.
I'm here, teacher.
Okay. Jean-Claude Barrera.
Present, teacher.
Okay. Yesid Calderón.
Present, teacher.
Okay. Natalia Camargo.
Present, teacher.
Okay. William Andrés Castrillón.
Present, teacher.
Okay. Andrés Camilo Correa.
Present, teacher.
Okay. Andrés Corredor.
Present, teacher.
Okay. Silvia Natalia Cuellar.
Present, teacher.
Okay. Johan Alberto Duque.
Present, teacher.
Okay. Elkin Darío Fernández. Not here for the moment. Julián Jesús Figueroa.
Present, teacher.
Okay. Ginette Valentina Fontecha.
Present, teacher.
Okay. Carlos Andrés Galán.
Present, teacher.
Okay. Mabel y Juliet Gamboa.
Present, teacher.
Okay. Cindy Juliana García.
Present, teacher.
Okay. José Alejandro Gómez.
I'm here, teacher.
Okay, José. Lizeth Carolina Tarazona.
Present, teacher.
Very good. And Brian Camilo Vargas.
Teacher.
Okay, guys, great. So the one that is absent for the moment is Elki. That's it. Yeah, he still has some minutes just in case. Well, guys, as I was telling you, tonight we officially begin our Unit 8. I was telling you that the name of the unit says Social Life. Let's have a look at some of the aspects that we will study on our unit. In terms of grammar, we will be talking about will and shall. Well, talking about polite requests, of course, and also for instant responses. Then in terms of vocabulary, we will be talking about social behavior, talking about norms and customs. And the task of this unit is give tips on how to behave. And then the word culture, like to finish our Unit 8. And as you remember, the final unit of our cycle, it is related to addicted to games. That is going to be the idea on that part, okay? Well, guys, before we go on that part, here this vocabulary that I'm sharing with you is the vocabulary that we have on the first question on the first part of our Unit 8. And it is just like a very quick survey that I wanna, let's say, conduct tonight. The question says, look at the activities. Tick the things that you sometimes do on a night out with your friends. This is the context. This is like the time frame to keep in mind. A night out with your friends. We have go to the cinema, go to a private party, watch live music, go clubbing, stay out late, go out for a coffee, have dinner in a restaurant, go to a bar, go driving around town, go home early, go dancing, or go to a karaoke bar. So the idea, guys, is that based on the activity that we have in here, you choose, okay? This is how it's appearing to you. You can choose as many as you want. If you do different activities on a night out, that's great. If you do only one, that it's of course up to you. After you choose all the activities that actually match to what you usually do, you click on submit, and that would be it. I think that, hi Elkin, welcome. Yes, there you are. In general aspects, probably the vocabulary is clear, but anyway, I would like to know if you have any questions of vocabulary.
Teacher,
Yes.
what is go clubbing? Clubbing?
Go
Clubbing?
clubbing is when you go to a discotheque.
Ah, okay, okay.
Good. Any other maybe? Okay. Gonna give you around 1 minute maybe for you to decide, and let's see which activity or which activities are actually the ones that you do the most on a night out. Okay, as I told you, like 1 minute, there are 16 answers out of, I'm not repeating names, but I guess out of the 19 of you. Technically, we could consider that in terms of a kind of podium, let's put it like that, first place will be have dinner in a restaurant. Then on second place would be to go to a private party. Changes. Well, there is a tie between go to the cinema and go to a private party now. And there is also a tie with go out for a coffee and go to a bar. Okay, very good. Of course, this is just like a very limited list of many activities that you guys could do on a night out. And that is what I'm going to ask you from the book. Let me share now our page 76. I'm going to ask you these questions, guys, that we have in here. It is not necessary to do it in groups. I just want to ask your opinion. Of course, we will have a collaborative activity later. In this case, it's more like your perception in very general aspects. First, I'm going to read the questions here on part 2. So probably you can start like brainstorming those ideas. The first question says, what do you do on a typical Friday or Saturday night out? That depends on the night that you like to go out, of course, Friday or Saturday. The second question says, what would you do on your ideal night out? The next question says, which activities are most popular with young people in your country? And question 4, Which activities do older people prefer? From the 4 questions that we have in here, guys, do you have any questions related to vocabulary? Okay. Yeah, they are pretty simple for you, of course, guys. From the 4 questions, well, let me change a little bit. From the 4 questions that we have in here, any volunteer? Like you guys would like to choose one of these questions to answer them? Before I ask you to answer the questions, any volunteer? You choose only one. It is not like I'm asking you guys to answer the 4 questions. That's not the point. Choose one and share your ideas. Andres Felipe, what about you?
The second point, isn't it?
Okay.
Okay, what do you do on typical Friday, Saturday night out?
Okay.
On my case, uh, also a Friday night, I just prefer be at home and have a nap because I finish the week because I work and also with the English course I at the last of the week I finish really tired,
Of
so I
course.
prefer to have a nap. And also on Saturday night, maybe I will prefer go out to play soccer, something like that.
Okay, good. Andres Felipe, thank you very much.
Thank you.
Of course, guys, you get really, really tired after everything that you have to do. Julian Jesus, what about you? Which of these 4 questions would you like to answer?
The number 2, what would you do on your ideal night out? Me, in ideal night out would be a dinner with friends or with my girlfriend or together. After go in a
Private.
private party.
Mhm, mhm.
Yes, dancing all night for me is good.
Okay, Julian, perfect. Food and dancing, best combination. Great. Let's see any other volunteers before I ask you guys. Remember, you choose one of those questions and you share your opinion about them. Okay. So it's my turn now to choose who's gonna answer the following questions. What do you do on a typical Friday or Saturday night, Mabeli?
Teacher, I believe the most popular activities like go climbing,
Go clubbing. Okay.
go to a bar, maybe go to a karaoke bar, and go to a private party.
Private.
Yes, I think that's
Okay. Thank you, Mabeli. Let's see if let's say the activities are similar or different to Keiner's. Keiner, what about you? The same question that I was asking Mabeli.
Okay. In my case, with my friends, I stay out late near to my home. We also go to a restaurant, but near my neighborhood, and stay out late for drinking beer and tell stories on how was our week.
Our week was okay, Keiner, nice, very good. Yeah, a little bit different. Julian was talking about his ideal night out, like going with his friends, his girlfriend, have dinner, then go to a party. Your idea of the ideal night out is similar or different, William? William. William?
Yes, teacher. Sorry, what is the question?
Well, I was providing some context comparing to Julian's ideal night out. Is it similar or different to yours?
Yeah, it's similar, but in my case, I'm single, so I don't have someone to take dinners out.
Take out to dinner?
Take out to dinner, yeah.
Mm,
But yes, it's similar. Could be.
okay, William, thank you very much. Well, let's go
Thank
to
you.
these other two questions that actually some of you haven't answered yet. Which activities are most popular with young people in your country, Cindy?
I think go to a bar or go dancing. Also go to the cinema.
Mhm. That would be it.
Also, I think that in this moment is important go to gym.
Go to the gym.
Mm.
Yeah. Yeah, that is becoming like part of our routine. Like that's an activity that people do no matter like the day, right? I see people going like at 5 a.m. Okay. I respect the commitment. Okay. Thank you. Similar or different ideas, talking about again the activity that young people do in our country, Jose Alejandro.
What is the question, teacher? I don't.
The third one, the activities
one?
that are most popular with young people. Mhm.
Okay, I feel like a lot of people like to go out to clubs or discos or drink on the street.
Mhm.
In Cabecera, there are usually a lot of people in this, and they are usually plans until the other day.
Mhm. Okay, Jose, thank you very much. Now let's go to the opposite corner. That would be the final question, Jeanette. Which activities do older people prefer?
Yes, teacher. I think go out for a coffee or have dinner in a restaurant.
Okay, very good. I'm not gonna ask you guys what older people mean to you, of course. Let's keep it like very general. There's some similar or different to what Jeanette said. Anything to add?
Teacher, is similar. I think all people prefer go to coffee or go for a walk. It's mean I think all people prefer peaceful activities or tranquilas. How I say tranquilas?
Could be quiet.
Be quiet. Be
Quiet
quiet.
activities, not like quiet
Quiet
activities.
activities like this.
Okay, that would be it. Well, Gerson and guys, thank you very much. Of course, everybody has a different opinion, and based on your ages, the perspective of what is a night out changes, and that is like the normal thing. Let's go back. This information, of course, was taken from the book. I don't want you to have a look at the book yet. Notice that for the moment, the intention here is to predict. I'm going to read the instruction for you. It says, look at the photos and read the photo captions and quotes, but do not read the full article yet. Once again, we are just predicting. And based only like by having a look at the photos and by reading the quotations, we're going to answer these two questions that we have in here. Where do the three people live? And two, can you guess what they do or don't do on Saturday nights? Don't read the articles yet. Let's see. Carlos, could you read the first quotation that we have in here, please?
Yes, teacher. The DJ sits in a Bentley in the middle of the dance floor.
Very good. Carlos, where do you think he lives?
I don't know, in the city center.
Okay, probably, right. And what do you think he does on a Saturday night?
Go out with friends at clubbing.
Could be. And maybe something that he doesn't do.
For example, go to the cinema.
Okay, maybe. Thank you, Carlos. We're just predicting, right, guys? Excellent. Elkin, please, could you read the second quotation?
Okay. We draw little notes from our car windows.
Where do you think he lives, Elkin?
Excuse me, teacher, I don't understand you.
Yeah, where, I mean, I'm asking you the first question. Where do you think he lives? We're just predicting because literally we don't know. But just by having a look at the picture, reading the quotation, where do you think he lives?
India?
Would be.
Could be India.
And what do you think he does on a Saturday night?
Pray in the church. Excuse me, by my stereotypes, but
We don't know. Okay, maybe. And something that he doesn't do.
Drink beverage.
Okay, we'll see. Thank you, Elkin. And the last picture, Jean-Claude, could you read the quotation that we have in here, please?
Okay, teacher. It's a bit like going clubbing with your parents.
Where do you think he lives?
In a center, in the center, yes.
Could be. And something that you think he does and that you think he doesn't do on a Saturday night.
Go to the cinema.
That's what he does, right?
Okay.
That's what he doesn't do?
Go to the club.
Go to the club is what he does, right? Or what he doesn't do.
He doesn't.
He doesn't go to clubs. Okay.
Yes.
And what does he do?
Go to the cinema.
Okay, we'll see. Well, guys, thank you very much. I know that sometimes these type of activities is like, how are we supposed to know? Of course, we don't really know. We're just like letting our imagination fly to see what eventually the answer would be. Maybe we actually match with those predictions. We're going to have a look officially now to our book. Remember, guys, that we are talking about pages, for the moment, 76. We're going to read about the three people, remember, or well, as you have already noticed, we are talking about what they usually do when they go out at night. The first person that we have in here, Jia Wu, he's 28 years old and lives in Beijing, in China. Let's see what we can get, the information that he actually shares about going out in China. Johan Albert, I'm gonna ask you to read the first part of the text, which is going to be the first paragraph. From the nightlife in Beijing until Park District.
Okay, teacher. The nightlife in Beijing is unbelievable. Initial meet up with my friend around
midnight.
That's quickly early in GPT, Beijing part 10. We hit the bars in the Shaojian Park district.
That would be it. That's the first part. Let's continue with the second part. It begins with There's a club and we go until open all night. Ay, Melissa. Sorry, give me a second. I had a problem here with my list. Lisette, please.
There's a club there called Blink where the DJ sits in a Bentley car in the middle of the dance floor. It's outrageous. Around 4 in the morning, we often head over to Ghost Street where the restaurants are open all night.
And let's finish this text. Natalia, by the time until it's party night.
Okay, teacher. By the time I get home, the sun is coming up. In the past, we rarely went clubbing. We will usually have a long dinner in a restaurant and then go to an all-night karaoke bar. But no wait,
Nowadays,
there's so much choice, and the clubs are always full in BPT. Every night is party night.
Okay, that would be it. Party. Karaoke. Very good. That's the first story. Let's put it like that. Let's have a look at the second one. We have Hassan Kashani. He is 19 years old and he lives in Tehran in Iran. Let's start. We already know his quotation. We throw little notes from our car windows. Let me move this a little bit. Silvia Natalia, could you start reading, please? From Iran Samin until there.
Wait, teacher. Iran Samin is street. ¿De ahí?
Sí, señora, yes.
Iran Samin street in the center of Tehran is where all the young fashionable Iranians hang out. On Saturday night, my friends and I go driving there. We write our mobile numbers on pieces of paper and throw them into girls' cars. But they usually agree with the note if they see you are driving a smart car.
Until there.
We were
Thank you
driving
very
along-
much. That would be. There is someone in the waiting room. Thank you. Yesid, could you continue, please? One night until girlfriend.
Okay. One night we were driving around in my friend's car and we drove up beside some girls. Trying to give them our numbers. Suddenly we realized that one of the girls in the car was my friend's girlfriend.
Okay. Let's finish the text. In this case, Andres Correa, please. She was furious until I guess.
She was furious. My friend tried to make excuses, but she knew what he was up to. I hate to be alone, so I always surround myself with my friends. We chat and make jokes and have fun. We're just the same as young people all over the world, I guess.
That would be it. Very good. And let's finish the stories. We have Evan Anderson is 22 years old and lives in the tiny Isle of Wight of west coast of Scotland. You already remember the quotation. It's a bit like going clubbing with your parents. I guess that you can read well. Andres Felipe Corredor, please, could you start reading it? There are only until community hall.
Okay. How you hear me like here, teacher?
It sounds well.
Well, okay. There are only 17 inhabitants on the island of
sorry,
Aisle.
of ale, where he lives. So there isn't a lot of choice. We do the same thing most Saturday night. Around 9 o'clock, we all head down to the community hall.
Until that part. Thank you, Andres. Let's continue, Cindy, Juliana, by 10 and until but it's our way.
By then the hall is full of people, young and old, friend and foe. We all socialize together. Some people might find it a bit strange. It's a bit like going to the club with your parents, but it is our way.
Very good. Socialize. And let's finish the text, Jeanette. There's usually until the next morning.
There's usually a folk band from the mainland. When they get going, people start flying around the hall, dancing like crazy and having fun. The older people go home around midnight, but some of the younger ones are still there the next morning.
That would be it. Thank you very much. Well, guys, notice that we're talking about like 3 very different situations, talking about having fun. Probably some of them are not as common to us based on the context, based on the places that they are located, and that's just it. This is what we are going to do. Let me. Here on the book, I'm going to send you to breakout room, guys. You're going to do this part collaboratively. I'm just making sure that in case that there is any repeated name, well, you will let me know in a moment. We already read the article. We were also, let's say, making some predictions based on the general activities that people do. And you're going to do the first part. It says, explain why the things below are important in each person's night out. So, Jiao was talking about BPT, Blink, a Bentley, Ghost Street. Hassan was talking about driving, mobile numbers, pieces of paper, a small car. Even was talking about 70, the community hall, young and old people, and a full bank. The idea, guys, is that probably you read the article again, but in your group, you are going to talk about why these things are important for the 3 of them. As you already noticed, they talk about all these aspects, so why they are important. Also, we're going to answer part B. Here we have 3 questions. Of course, each question is related to each article. Natalia, could you read the 3 questions on part B, please?
Okay, teacher. How has nightlife changed in Beijing?
Changed. It was okay.
Changed. Okay. Why was Hassan's friend's girlfriend angry? The last one. How is Saturday night on Iggy different for young and old people?
Very good. So basically, guys, the idea is that you are going to share your opinion and your perspective, once again, based on what we have read. Let me zoom out a little bit. For the moment, we are talking about the opinion of these 3 people, okay? We are not providing our opinion yet. We are like going on that type of reading, a little bit literal, based on the opinion that the 3 people have already shared. I'm not going to ask you to make a kind of presentation or something. The idea, guys, is that you are ready to share your answers, okay? Guys, do you have any questions about the instructions? Remember, for A and part B. That's what you're going to do in your groups. Questions?
No, teacher.
Okay, I think that only Julian has 2 accounts. All of you guys have 1. I'm gonna send you to the breakout rooms. Anyway, I'm gonna make the adjustment so you can share your screen in case that you consider that it is relevant. Guys, you're going to have 15 minutes. It looks like a lot of time based on the fact that we are talking about that it is a reading, but the idea that you share, that you provide your opinion, that you agree, so when we come back, you are going to share the answers, okay? I guess that's it. Let's open the rooms. When everybody's on the rooms, I'll send you the first message letting you know that you have 15 minutes. Brian, Johan Alberto. Hi, guys.
Teacher, we have a question.
Sure.
She explained why the things below are important in each person, but we have to do a summary with all things, or one idea for one thing.
Yes, like the main idea of each group of course.
Yeah, the idea that it is a kind of summary. For example, BPT, what does it refer to? Do you remember, guys? The
Like
first
a
one.
moment.
Like
Like
a
a
moment?
Like it is the Beijing party time, right?
Yes.
So for example, that is like the idea, like in very general terms as a group, summarize each of those aspects, but like very general.
For example, for Yaogu, all group. Oh, I think the main idea of that group of four is like he like to spend his time go outside with his friends with really expensive costumes, something like that.
Which word are you referring to?
Oh, the main idea of that five course.
Okay, no, the idea is to go word by word. Like
Okay, word by
what
word.
Blink
Okay.
is about, what Bentley is about, Ghost Street is about.
Okay, teacher, a short
Okay.
idea for work.
Yes.
Okay, thank you.
Okay, welcome, guys. See you in a moment.
Okay, bye.
Okay, teacher.
Bye. Okay, guys, welcome back. I know that there was a lot of information that you had to cover. Although you were working in groups, I know that this is not as easy as it sounds. And trying like to put everything together could be time consuming. But anyway, hope that you guys as a group could manage to do it. Remember, we were talking about part 4A and 4B. And I was telling you that for the moment, we were focusing our attention on the information that it was presented on the text. After this, we are going to move to your point of view, you guys like your perspective. We have here 6 groups. Let's see how much information we could get. So in group number 1, we have Andres Felipe, Gerson, and Mabel. Let's begin with Yao Wu, right? Mabel, what can we say about BPT?
He said about BPT is like a moment, like a party time.
Okay, that's a party time there. What about Blink? In group now, I was in this group number 1. Group number 1 was Elkin, Kainer, and Yesid. Kainer, what about Blink?
Okay, teacher. For Jihaogu,
Yes.
Blink. I lost the information, teacher.
Kainer.
Blink is a club. Blink is a club, Brian.
Kainer.
Excuse me,
Kainer.
Kainer.
Okay, you mix the voices. Yes, that's the club, right? And there is a kind of connection as well between Blink and Bentley, Jeanette. What is the idea of Bentley?
Yes, teacher. Bentley is
Jeanette, I guess that there is a problem with the sound because I can't hear you.
Teacher, ¿me
sorry,
escucha?
teacher. You can hear me?
Yes, Jeanette, now I can hear you. Yeah, like I said, we can hear Jeanette now. So what about Bentley?
Okay. Teacher, es que perdí la conexión. ¿Cuál es la pregunta?
Okay, no, I thought that you were going to save, let's put it like that, Jeanette, but I was asking her about Bentley from the first chart.
Ah, okay. Bentley is the car where the DJ mixes the music in the middle of the dance floor.
That's the one, absolutely. What about Ghost Street to finish the section of Dia Wu? Mabel. Mabel?
Yes, teacher.
There you are.
Ghost Street is like street like the club.
It's a street, but what makes it special?
I don't understand.
Yeah, like, well, it is. Yes, sorry?
No, teacher, sorry.
No, I think that I heard another voice, but okay. Well, it is a street, but what is like its main characteristic or its main attractive? Andres, you raise your hand.
Yes, teacher. Ghost Street. Yes, it's a famous street in Beijing where restaurants are open all night. So it could be an excellent place to go for late night meal with friends. I think so. Yes, after the party.
Very good. That's the idea or the characteristic that goes straight over. Thank you, Andres. Great. Let's have a look at the second guy. We have Hassan. He had driving, mobile numbers, pieces of paper, and a small car. What is driving related to Carlos Galan?
Yes, teacher.
What is driving?
Okay, driving is the activity they do all night for search girls.
Okay, for searching girls, could be. Thank you. Jose Alejandro, what about the next one? In this case, well, we can say that phone numbers and pieces of paper are related, right?
Are related, yes, teacher.
Absolutely.
Because when Hassan and his friends go driving, they often give their mobile numbers to girls on a piece of paper.
Very good. Absolutely. And what about smart cars? What is the idea of that one, Natalia Camargo?
Excuse me, teacher. Could you repeat?
Sure. Talking about Hassan, the last item of the list, talking about a smart car.
A smart car is for girls read the note with the number. Is the man is driving a smart car, intelligent car, or maybe?
Not necessarily intelligent. A smart car in this case makes reference more like the ones that are new, like probably they are a little more expensive. Fashionable is also connected in this case. So not necessarily intelligent, could be probably. We can also assign like it has a lot of technology and stuff. But it is more, let's say, inclined to the part that it's a new car. That's the idea of a smart car.
Okay, teacher, thank you.
Okay, very good. Basically, the girls pay attention if the paper is sent from a smart car. Let's move now to the final part. What about even? We had 70, the community hall, young and old people, and a folk band. What is 70 related to, Jessit?
In 17 is only 70 inhabitants in the island.
Okay, that would be it. What about community hall, Johan Alberto?
Because a community hall, you not hold people to share the same things.
Sorry, could you repeat? No, I think there is a problem with the connection, Johan, because like your voice breaks.
¿Me escuchan? Hear me?
Yeah, let's share the idea.
It's the place where everyone gather around night to society.
Gathers around. Okay. Yeah, that would be a good way to summarize it as well, Johan. Thank you. What about old and young people? What does it refer to? Andres Felipe.
What? Sorry.
Old and young people.
Okay, they make the reference that the young and old people do always the same. There are no much to do at the island, so I think they spend time together because there are no much time to in the island.
Okay, that would be it. And what about folk band, William?
They said that in the community hall, go a folk band. I think I don't remember.
A full bank goes. Okay, thank you, William. Let's have a look now to the 3 questions on part B. Question number 1. In this case, as I was telling you, we're going to summarize the information presented on the articles. How has nightlife changed in Beijing, Silvia Natalia? Silvia?
Me, teacher, Sylvia?
Silvia Natalia, yes.
Okay. About the first question?
Yes.
Okay. How has nightlife changed in Beijing? In nowadays in Beijing, there is more bars, clubs, and restaurants, and they are always full. So, as a capital of a first world country, it's pretty normal that the nightlife is lively and crowded.
Okay, very good. Thank you very much. Andres, you have your hand raised, but I don't know if it was from the previous question or is there something else to add?
Yes, teacher, it was the previous question.
Okay, thank you. I thought that I was ignoring you. Oh my God. Okay. Question number 2. Cindy Juliana, how was Hassan's friend's girlfriend angry? How, no, why? Sorry, why?
Why? Sorry, because her boyfriend was flirting with other girls.
Okay. Basically, that was the idea. And the third one, to finish this part, I would like to ask it to Jean-Claude. How is Saturday night on EEC different from young and old people? We already know that they go to the same place. That's it. But how is it different?
Okay, the older people go home around midnight, but some of the younger ones are still there the next morning.
Okay, very good. That was it. Well, guys, thank you very much. As I was telling you, I know that it could be a little bit demanding, especially because there was a lot of information that you guys had to cover. Now we're going to move to the next part. We're going to divide it into 3 moments as we have already done before. The idea, guys, is that you're going to read these questions and you're going to answer them individually, as we have done before. In this case, this first part is going to be just about you. These 3 questions, of course, are related to what we have just read, but now the idea, guys, is that you provide your own opinion. As I was telling you before, we were reading, we were answering the questions based on the text. We couldn't really include our opinion. Now, this is the moment to include your opinion. Question number 1 says, what does each account tell you about life in that place? And we're talking about the account, we're talking about like the information that each guy shared. The second question says, whose night out sounds the most and least fun and why? And the third question, of course, is really, really local. Let's put it like that. Is nightlife changing where you live? In what ways? So guys, I'm gonna give you 5 minutes, once again, individually, for you to take some notes, to have the information to answer these questions. I would like to know if you have any question related to vocabulary. No questions, no questions. Okay, remember, first part, individual, 5 minutes starting now. Okay, guys. As you have already read here on the slide, you will be sent to breakout rooms. There are 18 participants, so that means I was like lucky tonight. I rearranged the groups. You won't be working with the same people you were doing the previous activity. And the idea, guys, is that on each group, there will be 3 different roles, okay? There is going to be a moderator. The moderator is the person who is in charge of checking that everything is working well, and of course, talking about the time. The note checker is actually the person who's going to write down the ideas, and the speaker is going to be the person who is going to present the ideas. In this case, once again, guys, it's going to be up to you to decide in your groups which person is the moderator, which person is the note taker, and which person is the speaker. Guys, one person is the speaker. Keep that in mind. The idea, guys, is that you're going to share the answer. You're going to have 10 minutes. Of course, the idea is that you are as precise as possible. Well, actually, because of time, I hope that we don't have problems on this part, at least to write down your ideas. I say that the idea that you shared your screen, it is not like you have to create a presentation or something in particular. Let me send you here the link. This is the shared presentation, as usual, you know, where we put our outcomes of the class to make sure that we have that evidence ready. This is the slide where you're going to put it. Once again, you don't have to create a presentation or a poster or something. This is where you're going to do it, okay? Guys, basically the idea is to summarize the 3 questions, probably to see if there is any common ground, you know, or maybe if there is any different aspect, okay, there is a different aspect to be shared. Guys, do you have any questions about the instructions? No questions?
No, teacher.
Thank you very much. So I'm gonna send you to the breakout rooms. I'm sure that you have already arrived. Let's put it like that to the slides. Let's start. Okay, no problem. Okay, I guess you're in group 6. Pero no me sales. No, you're in group 3, Jean-Claude.
Sí, teacher, sí, creo que era el tercero.
Sí, aquí ya me sales. The idea is to share the answers, basically, and to summarize them.
Sí, pero tenemos que entrar a las sesiones, ¿cierto?
Sí, señor. Sí, porque la idea es que el summary me lo coloquen acá para que nos quede como la evidencia de la sesión.
¿Me puedes enviar a la...
¿No te sale? Es que aquí me sale, no se ha
No,
unido. No sé.
no me sale el aviso. Es que precisamente se me cayó el internet cuando enviaste
Ok. ¿Cómo hago? Jean-Claude, si quieres algo, vuelve a ingresar porque no me deja la opción.
Ok,
Mm,
teacher.
Listo. Reset. Ok, ahora sí.
¿Listo?
A ver. Ya.
Listo, teacher, gracias.
Ok, welcome. Well, guys, welcome back. Well, and of course, you already noticed that basically time's up as well. I didn't actually call you back because that would be like to, let's say, stop this discussion that you had in your groups. I was reading the different descriptions that you were creating. I was just wondering about this group because, but I will notice that what was the point of asking you to come back if you
Profe.
hadn't finished writing down your ideas? Yes.
Profe, creo que el grupo que está vacío somos nosotros, pero lo hicimos en Word y no vimos el link, perdónanos.
Okay, let me
Ajá,
send
ya
you
lo
that.
tenemos
Guess that.
listo. Solo.
Yeah, no, actually, that's what I thought. I said maybe they are writing it down on a different place and then they are just going to copy and paste and that's it. But I was like waiting for the moment when you were going to paste it. But there you go. You have the link so you can put it there. Yeah, so I said, what is the point of calling them? So they like then had to somehow improvise and that's not the point. Well, even noted that some of you are still working on that. Anyway, guys, in case that you want to make any type of correction on any kind of adjustment, remember that you have tomorrow until 6 p.m. That is going to be like the deadline. I have started checking some of your assignments and maybe, okay, I'm going to take advantage of this moment before we go. Number 1. Like, as I was telling you the first day, everybody has a different like procedure in this type of activities and like everybody has different conventions. Well, I'm going to say the next part in Spanish. Trato de usar como algo bastante obvio entre lo que cabe, pues siento usar aquí a Gerson como ejemplo. Si algo está tachado, es porque es algo que se tiene que eliminar. ¿Listo? Si algo está resaltado, es porque es una palabrita que debe incluirse, que hacía falta ahí. Cosas como que si colocan el I en minúscula, se los pongo en mayúscula. Pero más que todo es en la convención que siempre manejo. Tachados porque se quita y con resaltadores porque debe ir incluida. En muy pocos casos, revisé la primera, de las primeras que tienen nota, por decirlo así. Si coloco entre paréntesis 3 signos de interrogación y va en negrilla, va subrayado y va resaltado, es porque no entiendo. De pronto en algunos casos yo, quería decir tal cosa y coloco la palabrita, le agrego el ing, etcétera. Pero si por más de que le doy vueltas, no entiendo, no entiendo. Entonces, esa es como la convención. 3 signos de interrogación entre paréntesis, subrayados y resaltados. Ya después de que les hago las correcciones, ustedes no pueden hacer ningún cambio. Como ustedes saben, después de que se pasa la fecha, por decirlo así, ya queda en modo lector. Es para que ustedes lo tengan en cuenta. Obviamente ya la nota queda así, de esta manera. ¿Listo? Ya la corrección es para que ustedes lo tengan presente a futuro. Pero la verdad en este caso fueron cosas muy mínimas, pero sí me pareció como, no lo he hecho, no les he dicho. ¿Qué significa cada cosita? Aunque sospecho que ustedes quizás ya lo habían descubierto, a que hacía referencia a lo tachado y pues en caso de que se preguntaran los resaltados, eso que esa palabrita debería ir ahí. ¿Listo? Guys, I would like to know you have any questions?
Teacher, qué pena, ¿nos podrías compartir ese link? El de la actividad pasada.
Sí, bueno, Natalia, técnicamente este link está, bueno, pues yo lo organizo diferente. Ustedes están en la carpeta Materials, aquí en la carpeta que se llama Sessions. Entonces, en ese caso tendrían que ingresar al material de la sesión número 1. ¿Listo? Esa sería la de la primera, la que están viendo ahí. Entonces, ustedes aquí encuentran el link. ¿Listo? Que es la que les estaba proyectando. Si yo lo tengo aparte digamos, yo ingreso más fácilmente, por decirlo así, porque tengo una carpeta por aparte, pero a ustedes les pongo el link en cada una de las presentaciones. Entonces, por ejemplo, la de hoy, bueno, no estoy compartiendo pantalla. Cuando suba esta, en caso de que quieran hacer alguna corrección o algo, ahí va el link. Ahí es como ustedes encuentran las presentaciones.
Okay, teacher, thank you.
Miss Natalia, welcome. ¿Listo? So guys, questions? Okay. Well, guys, as usual, thank you very much. We're about to finish our cycle B1.2. Keep on working. See you tomorrow. Bye-bye.
Bye bye, teacher.
Bye, teacher.
Bye, teacher. See you tomorrow.
Take care, everybody.